Hello, I'm Troy with Custom Cut Decor. Today's question is, can I hang this item outside and will it continue to rust? And if it does, will it leave streaks down the side of my house or whatever I have it attached to? So here's your answer. A lot of our items are used outside. This material, the barn roofing that you see here, was used outside for 30-50 years, and it, as you can see, has rusted naturally. This item here is probably not going to leave any rust streaks for the most part, but if you want to be completely sure, I'm going to show you how to do that. The same thing with our 29 gauge material. It's got some galvanized areas still and some rusty areas too. So if you're still concerned, I'll show you here in a second. Our 16 gauge metal, however, is always going to rust, and that's something that you're definitely going to want to use to seal before you put it outside. Now you can put it on a sign and seal it for afterwards. That's okay. If you want to attach it to your house, maybe you want to spray the back and the front separately and then put them up. So the other question that I usually get is what kind of material to use. And so the biggest thing that I guess I would say is to make sure that you use something that's useful for indoor and outdoor. Clear coatings in general can be non-UV stable and will cause some discoloring if you use something that's not meant for outside. I like a good acrylic, or this spar urethane is made for indoor outdoor. It'll work just fine as long as it says indoor outdoor. Another tip is if you're using a cedar background, a cedar substrate, you've got to be a little bit careful about the fasteners that you use. If you use a steel fastener, such as a nail or a screw, there can sometimes be issues with the cedar reacting. So if your back is cedar and you're wanting to make sure it doesn't rust, I might suggest to look into getting some stainless steel fasteners to go into the wood itself. All right, one last little bit of warning. When you do put the spray onto any rusty metal, it's going to darken it up. So the color is going to get more deep, more dark. These here are pretty dark already, and you're going to see when we go ahead and spray these, there's going to be a little bit of difference. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to put part coating on all of them, and you can kind of see the difference. Okay, with the 16 gauge letter, you can see a little bit of darkening. About halfway up is where I stopped with the spray. So you can see a little bit of darkening. You can see the difference. And it isn't in all places, but it does show up. The same way with the corrugated. You kind of see the line about halfway up where I stopped. You can see that the color has changed on it. Again, not a big deal, but keep this in mind when you're sealing it, that if it's exactly how you want it, it may change slightly. And then Bessie was already pretty dark already with her rust, so she didn't change a lot, but she has changed some. Okay, and again, I would coat both the front and the back if you're really concerned about it. I'll be quite honest, most people don't seal them, and most people don't see any kind of a problem. But again, if you're really sensitive about not having any stains, I would suggest that you do seal it just to be 100% sure. Again, my name is Troy with CustomCutDecor.com, and that's today's question.